hello, hello. I am super excited to share these cards with you today because it's my birthday. So we are doing foiling two ways. We do using one with a stencil and with the Deco transfer gel. And that's what I'm doing here. And we're also going to be doing some hot foiling. So I have this stencil from um Simon Says Stamps. Right now I don't know the name of the stencil, but it will be in the description. So I do have it. It just I don't remember at the time of recording this voiceover. So I am adding this transfer gel to a piece of black cardstock, and I'm going to be using my stencil pal to adhere the gel over the cardstock. This is one of my favorite techniques. I have become really addicted to foiling. It's so much fun, and actually, I don't know what it is, but it's very relaxing to be able to smooth over any kind of gel or paste over a stencil. Okay. And make sure once you're done, make sure you get those little scripts pieces. If you're not going to use everything, then make sure you put the rest back into the jar, and you're going to want to save those. Now I am using foil. This one is gold foil. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to go back and look at the card here. So the foil that I use for this card actually came from Amazon, and I will have a link to the shop. And you're going to let this foil for at least an hour or two. So now, while that's drying, I'm going to do some hot foiling. I'm using a Spellbinder set, Truly Yours. Let me just make sure that this is the correct set. Oh, no, Many Sincere Statements. And then the sentiment is, here's a virtual birthday hug. Because even though things are lifting, I'm pretty sure we would never go back to the old ways of giving random people, I would say, a hugs. Maybe your family and friends, but people in the office, if you work and you're giving them a birthday card, you're gonna want to give them a virtual hug. And I absolutely have come to really adore doing hot foiling. It's not hard, but you have to get your sandwiches right. You have to get your placements right so you don't have a lot of overfoiling. So I know I usually have to practice a lot. And with the glimmer system, you're gonna want your system to heat up. And once you get the green light, it's going to be heated. I only added one shim um to get in order to get this on because I didn't want it to I find out if I use both at the time of heating that I get a lot of oil for foiling when that's done. And once this is heated, you're going to run it through your your platinum machine, or you can use your Big Shot. Okay. And I usually have a hard time pulling off, and I don't know why. Oh, I did use both. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I did use both. It's funny when you're doing voiceovers, you're going back, because it's been a few days since I've actually filmed this video. So it's funny when you go back and look at it to do your voiceover, and you're like, oh, I did do that. And actually, in the process of making this card, I actually had lost this piece that I had foiled. So I had to do another one. So, and then, of course, after I do that, I then find the piece that I thought I lost. Yeah. So now I'm also going to die cut this out using oh, the banner die there. And this just helps me because you can actually cut these out by hand, but this just lets me get sure that I'm going to get a nice even cut. Okay. And that is just, and I love how that actually turned out. So now we're going to do the foiling of our piece that we had done previously. And I'm adhering it with the gold foil. And I'm going to use my laminator. I have a Scott, is it Scott or Scorch? Scotch. I always want to call it Scorch, but I think I'm thinking about the DJ. So there's a DJ Scorch in the hip hop world that was very popular back in the early 2000s. So I have my um, laminator ready. I'm going to put it in between some parchment paper and run it through. And the reveal is the best part. It just is so satisfying once you've seen how everything has transferred over. And you can even see as it's coming out that it has adhered to that gel. And I had a piece that didn't really rub through, that didn't get on. So I'm just trying to rub it through just to make sure I get that piece of foil on. Even though it's covered up, I still wanted to just make sure that I had it covered just in case. And I believe I see another spot, and I'm gonna go back over it also. Okay, so now I'm cutting it down. So I go ahead when I'm doing my stenciling and my foiling, I go ahead and do it card based size. And even though I know that's not the size I'm going to use, I do it that way first and then go back and cut it down. Yeah, so there I'm just taking that foil and just going back over an area and just trying to rub down hard to get some foil down. And for the stamp set, I actually use the Hero Arts Tulip Bouquet, and I've already pre-colored and cut the image. So I'm using the Barely Art glue. Now I just recently got this glue, so this was my first time using it, and I have fallen in love. I said, "Where have you been all my life?" I would see all the crafters using it, but I didn't know what it was, and I was trying to see through the videos, and it wasn't until somebody got an extra bottle that I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna try this out." Now, I will say I did get it off Amazon, and you could get it cheaper somewhere else. It was a little bit more expensive on Amazon. And in the link, I'm going to actually um, link both to Amazon and the other store that has it for cheaper. But if you're impatient like me and want it next day, or to be able to put it on your subscribe and save, you're going to want to go through Amazon. Okay, so now I'm going to hear some scrapbook.com 1/8 inch foam to the back of the sentiment piece. And this is going to finish up our card for today. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. I actually had a whole series planned for my birthday, but of course nothing works out to the way you planned it. Mainly because we went to IKEA and I finally got me new craft room furniture, and so we spent the weekend getting it set up. So I'm getting back on track now. So thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.